Hi, my name's Rick from Melissa Bee Farms and Aquaponic Gardens. Eric over at Garden Fork's been showing a lot of beginning beekeeping basics and has done some great videos on them. And I wanted to move into an advanced topic, which is going to be swarm catching. But getting the right equipment is really important for swarm catching, and I wanted to show you how to make a bee vacuum. They've gotten to be real easy to make now because of something they've done at Home Depot. So stay tuned and I'll show you how this works. We'll build it together.
But before we get into that build, I just wanted to say you don't normally see me on the videos because I tend to run a one-man operation and I don't always have a camera operator available like Eric does, but I'm trying out a new product called Swivel, S-W-I-V-L. It's a pretty cool little device. Part of it mounts your iPhone and it will swivel on you can set it on a table or on a tripod, and it will turn and follow you. And the target you'll see on my shirt on the front, which also has the record buttons and a microphone. And when I move, the target will send an infrared signal to the swivel base and it follows me around. I'm just getting used to this. It's not a perfect system, but just wanted to let you know what's going on.
Hi, welcome back. Eric usually tries to avoid mentioning anybody by name, but gonna have to do it this time because the people at Home Depot have made something that's really easy for us to use, and it's called Buckethead. I don't find it at the blue store. Usually we just say orange or blue. This time it's only available that I can find at the orange store. And what it is a small wet and dry vacuum that fits into the top of a 5-gallon paint bucket. And so this is the vacuum, and it comes with a 4-foot hose. Then the only other thing you really need is a 5-gallon bucket or a 7-gallon bucket, standard size, some screening material, and a drill with a hole saw cutter on it, and a drill bit. I'll show you how this all goes together. It's going to be a really fast build. There are many ways to build these things, but you're always going to need a power source of some sort, like the wet and dry vacuum here. And so since they've got this neat package, you can make one really start. This is a standard 5-gallon bucket, paint bucket. Got it for $2.50 or so at the orange store. They're all same size. You can use any kind of bucket you want, really, that has the same dimensions. The bucket head, I'll turn it around so you can actually read it there. The bucket head just snaps on like that. So, cleaned up a little bit around the workbench here, and you can see that it has quite a lot of suction. That's actually a bad thing for a bee vacuum, because the bees will enter at such force that they'll splatter onto the bottom of the bucket, and you'll end up with bee puree, and that's not what you want. So what we're going to do is cut a hole in the side of the bucket down here and put some window screen over it, and then we'll control the air rushing in therefore the strength of the vacuum, by putting a piece of tape on here and adjusting it until the bees just barely flow in. So the first thing you're going to need is a hole saw like this. And it really doesn't matter where you put the hole. I'm going to put it right here. And there we have, oops, one hole. Okay. Hole saw didn't cut it real clean, and so I'm going to just clean it up here around the edges with my knife. Okay. And then we're going to change bits. And going to use a small bit. I'm going to put 4 rivets into this. Now normally I also glue them. Because we're going to be pulling tape on and off, it might be best to have the rivets in place just in case. And so here are my 4 rivets that will fit in there, just both hunky and dory. So we're in good shape with that. Next part of this project, my bench is small. That's the reason it is kind of disorganized. Well, it's disorganized because I'm disorganized. I want to cut a piece of window screen. This was salvaged off the back window after a hurricane. Sliding glass door. And you want to make it pretty big, maybe say about twice the opening. That didn't work. Okay, nothing ever goes as planned around here. It's a garden fork system. And so I decided I'm going to put the put these on the inside. They won't look so pretty on the outside, but it's going to be more secure for that fabric because the head will be larger on the inside. And so we just do this 4 times all the way around the bucket. Okay, I'm sure you've seen hot glue before and how it works. Just putting it down, tacking it, shooting it through the cloth in places so that it will not pull loose, and we'll let it dry. Okay, we're back. You can see my fine hot glue job inside and out with rivets, 8 of them. 8 of them. And we'll show you how you can regulate the pressure. So, going to be noisy. Get my hose. And there you have it, a Bee Vaccum. I forgot to mention these things are only about $25 at Home Depot, so it's quite a steal.
Okay, a few days after finished this video about the construction, got a swarm call. This is an unusual one in that the swarm is huge. It ended up being 3.5 gallons of bees in a 5-gallon bucket, which turned out to be a problem later on, but that's neither here nor there. But this one, they were in the crotch of several limbs, and so they weren't hanging loose where you could just thump them into a bucket. And so this is my friend Ned, who's up on the ladder while I do a little bit of filming. You can see here that Ned has considerably reduced the size of this swarm. It's been about 3 or 4 trips down the ladder to empty the bucket. You can also look at the blue tape on the side of the bucket to see about how much we're reducing the vacuum. Like I say, you cannot run this at full power or you'll end up with bees pureed against the bottom of your bucket. It has to be very light, just enough to drag them in just slightly. Okay, this next one is a close-up of what it looks like. Like I say, be careful up there and be very gentle with the bees. This is Rick at Melissa Bee Farms. Hope you enjoyed the video. Watch for our next one. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Rick from Melissa Bee Farms and Aquaponic Gardens. Today we're going to be making a, I wish I remembered. Does anybody remember what I'm going to be making?